You know that we've been working very, very hard to keep the sort of noise out of the case. And now it's been injected, at least to these 400 people.
Tonight, major pushback against Bryan Kohberger's defense team after they surveyed 400 prospective jurors with misleading and unfactual questions. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Derek Dice has the night off. The purpose of that survey was to find out if there's bias against Kohberger within Latah County, which would force the trial to be relocated. Jordan Smith watched the hearing today, and he joins us now with the questions that these jurors received and the logistics of relocating this trial.
Yeah, and there's a lot to unpack here. Basically, the defense hired a third party to create a survey for Latah County residents. They wanted to see if they could find an overwhelming bias against Bryan Kohberger within Latah County, hoping to push this trial to another county. Juror surveys are a very common thing, but the questions are almost always approved by both parties and the court. And that was certainly not the case here.
And I was surprised, that this was happening behind our backs.
In court today, Bryan Kohberger's defense team accused of possibly tainting the Latah County jury pool.
This was a total shock to me that Friday at 4:30.
I can understand that. It was a shock to the state.
I had to stall it out.
The survey that posed misleading and unfactual questions made the rounds to 400 prospective jurors, asking questions like, have you read, seen, or heard about if Bryan Kohberger stalked one of the victims?
This survey cannot stand.
Prosecutor Bill Thompson fiercely argued this violates the non-dissemination order put in place by the court months ago, and it actually harms Kohberger.
But it's false in a sense that makes Mr. Kohberger look bad. It is creating bias against Mr. Kohberger based on false or inadmissible evidence. That's outrageous. How can we possibly preserve a jury pool when that's going on?
Ann Taylor standing firm, saying surveys are common in criminal trials, and those questions were rooted in information the public had access to.
But I just don't think this is a violation of the ethical rules or non-dissemination order. These are questions about things already in the public record. That's in our order. That's in the rule.
Taylor's ultimate goal would be to conduct identical surveys in 2 other counties in the state to get the trial relocated.
The thinking would be, where are we most likely to find jurors who have not formed strong opinions about the case, who don't have the kind of hostility that jurors might have?
Sam Newton is a law professor with an extensive background in criminal law. He spoke to some of the logistical issues that go into relocating a trial.
Witnesses having to go to a different location, the court staff, where are you housing people?
And also a new jury pool to pick through, which he says both parties should get a say in how they're surveyed. And Taylor accused Judge John Judge of violating Kohberger's due process by halting this survey through an emergency order 2 weeks ago. Judge responded saying that there were legitimate concerns about what was done in this survey, and taking the time to discuss it and the best way forward did not violate Kohberger's rights. In studio, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.